This time we're going to look at the treVolo U speaker from BenQ. This is a Bluetooth speaker with noise cancelling and voice enhancing capabilities. Let's check it out. The treVolo U interfaces flawlessly with your tablet, phone, or laptop computer. It's designed for remote learning and has all kinds of features on it to enhance the audio capabilities of your device. For example, automatic level control, automatic noise cancelling, and 360-degree microphone detection. We're going to take this one apart, take a look inside it, set it up, try out some of the features, try out the voice recognition, which I'll tell you right now is going to fail miserably because it interfaces with Bixby on Samsung phones, and I don't have Bixby set up. But if I didn't have to deal with Bixby, I'm sure it would work just fine. But Bixby was the problem, not the speaker. Because Bixby, I don't have set up on my phone as I don't use it. So inside the box, we've got the speaker. We've got a USB charger and a USB-C charge cable, as well as a 3.5 millimeter aux cord that can connect to either your phone or to your laptop. First things first, before I go on to demonstrate the speaker and set it up, we'll plug it in and let it charge the battery. So it comes with a USB-C cable and a USB adapter, which is something that a lot of devices these days don't come with. They expect you to supply your own. USB-C cord is on the back here. It also is the 3.5 millimeter aux jack for hardwiring it into a device. So I'm going to plug it in, let it charge up, and then we'll continue with the evaluation. While the unit is charging, let's take a look at some of the specs here. So our specifications are as follows. It's a Bluetooth speaker, obviously. It's got echo cancellation, Bluetooth, and it also has a voice control system built in. So we look at the instruction manuals. It tells us what buttons to push and where they are. You power it on, you press the power button, obviously, then you get the Bluetooth pairing. Volume buttons. Sound modes, switch between music mode and voice mode and live learning mode, which provides smart echo control for best microphone performance. I take it this limits the volume. You can say, "Hey, treVolo," and adjust the volume. If you've got it paired to your devices built in, say treVolo Go, we'll try that out too. And of course there's an app to control it if you need to operate it remotely. I'll get the app installed on my phone. Alright, I guess I won't be installing the app because this app is not available in my country. So I guess we'll just be working this thing using the Bluetooth pairing and see how it works. So the battery's charged. Let's turn it on. Press the power button down for a couple seconds and it will power up. First thing I need to do is to pair it to my phone. I find it here, treVolo U201A. I click pairing and it asks me if I want to accept the pairing. I say yes, and it should be paired to the speaker now. So I'm going to try phoning. I have to answer it there. Okay, so there it is. So that's the sound. A little bit of a delay, but that's just going through my network. So initially I messed up because I had it in audio mode, music mode, not in interactive or speaker mode. The microphone is turned off. I have to switch it to learning mode, as they call it, or interactive mode, which turns the microphone on. Let's try playing some music.
Safe volume is on.
So safe volume is off, I think it said now.
Safe volume is on.
Different modes. We'll check out the different modes on here, because there are modes more for listening to voice and others for listening to music. So the mode light is as follows. If it's out, it's for music. If it's flashing or on, it's for video learning, as they call it. Like I should be using it to listen to audio content that's being played on a computer or through your phone. And then flashing is what they call live learning. So it provides smart echo control for best microphone performance. So if I press it off, this should be the best for the music listening performance. That's music mode. Light out. Bass is much better. Actually, it's got pretty good sound. It's just a mono speaker, but it's got pretty good sound quality. I'm going to try a phone call with the voice. I'm going to try it in what they call I guess it's the active cancellation. We'll phone my cell again from the other line. Okay, now I've got the volume turned up. Okay, now I've got the volume turned up. Might help if I turn the volume down a bit. Okay. If I put the other phone in speakerphone, you'll hear. Getting a bit of feedback, obviously, because I'm in the same room. If I turn this thing down a bit, maybe I won't get quite as much. But for sound quality, it's sounding good. Like for speakerphone, this very clear sound. I'll just move away from the speaker a bit so that I don't get the feedback. Sound quality wise, it's excellent sounding. And I can hear my own voice. Even though I'm on the other side of the shop, I'm on the other side, I can hear my own voice coming back loud and clear. Okay, I'm going to try some of the voice features on here. So I got to press this for a second until the green light comes on.
Voice command is turned on.
So voice command is on now. So if I say, hey, treVolo, switch to music mode. The blue light comes on when it's doing it. Hey, treVolo, switch to music mode. There you go. Hey, treVolo, switch to live learning mode. Now the light's flashing. When the microphone's active, there's a green light. That's what I was missing. I was looking for the green light here, but it's actually there. If I press and hold,
voice command is turned off.
Right, press and hold.
Voice command is turned on.
There's the green light. I was looking on the top here, but it's actually the front. So now I'm in voice control mode. If I say, let's see if it'll do this. I haven't tried it on the phone yet. So I guess this is more designed to work with Bixby, which is Samsung's voice assistant, or Siri for Apple. I don't use Bixby. I don't have voice stuff. I hate voice. I hate even Google. But I tried the OK Google or Hey Google, so I'll try it again here. treVolo, go. OK Google. No, it's trying to go into Bixby. And I don't have Bixby set up. Okay, so I just enabled Bixby on my phone even though I don't use it. Let's try it again. treVolo, go. Play Wave FM.
Radio capsules. Do you want to use Spotify or TuneIn Radio?
TuneIn Radio.
You have 2 radio capsules. Do you want to use Spotify or TuneIn Radio?
TuneIn Radio.
You have 2 radio capsules. Do you want to use Spotify or TuneIn Radio?
TuneIn Radio.
Got it. Should I always use TuneIn Radio for radio?
Yes. I don't know why I said that.
I wasn't able to find that.
Try it again. Let's try to play some music. treVolo, go. Play music.
2 music capsules. Do you want to use Samsung Music or Spotify?
Neither. I don't use this.
You have 2 music capsules.
Shut up.
Do you want to use...
I don't have Spotify. I don't have Samsung Music. I don't listen to music through my phone. I must be the only person on the planet that doesn't listen to music on their phone. One of the reasons I don't is because I don't want to chew up my battery. I use my battery enough during the day, never mind to listen to music. I'd have no battery left at all on the phone, and this is a very old phone, as you guys can probably clearly see. It's a Samsung S9 that I've had for 5 years. treVolo, go. Play 12-volt vids on YouTube. What? I love voice control. That's why I don't use voice control. It doesn't work. I hate voice control. I despise it. Ever try to give directions to a GPS that requires, you're driving your car and you can't touch your phone, so you got to give directions on voice control. Or you're trying to dial a phone number and you speak out the phone number and it dials somebody else completely. It drives me crazy. treVolo, go. Play 12-volt vids on YouTube. Hey! It got me. Well, it worked that time. I'm impressed. So I'm not having much luck with voice recognition. At least not what I want to play. All I want to do is open a simple internet radio station. And I can't even get it to open with this. I could open it much quicker by just going to my phone and doing that, and then doing that, and it will play out my speaker just like that. Yeah, I'm sure it's just the voice optimization. Now I gotta say I turned this thing off on my phone because I don't use this crap. Play CKNW.
Which capsule would you like to use?
Yeah, it's Bixby. It's not the speaker. It's the stupid Bixby. It's a joke. That's why I don't use it. Play Wave FM.
I wasn't able to find that.
That's the problem. So we won't blame the speaker, but I'm not a fan of...
Voice command is turned off.
I'm not a big fan of voice commands anyway. I just think that they're for people that are lazy, but that's just me. I just don't like them. I never have liked them. I don't like any of them, and I laugh when I watch people try to use them and they get frustrated with them, because I know their frustration, because I get frustrated with them too. Let's take this thing apart and see what's inside it. So the bottom will peel off. Should be some screws in the bottom here, I would think. And there are some small screws here, so let's see if we can remove them. Yeah, I gotta pop the grill out. There's more screws under here. Interesting, okay. So we'll pop out the grill, the metal grill. Will pop out. This is actually metal. And here's the speakers. So got a woofer, that's why it sounds as good as it does. And a little tweeter. Now we'll lift the part. There we go. Okay. So that's what comes out on this. I'm curious as what this is here. It's a sensor of some type. It might be an infrared type sensor. But there's the speaker. And we'll just unplug some stuff here. Microphone's plugged in the front here. There's a couple of wires going to the speakers. It's got two separate speakers, obviously a tweeter and a woofer, and a couple circuit boards in here. So we'll just unplug the speaker. Turn the power off. Unplug the microphone. Unplug this connector for the front panel, and unplug the speaker. So I'm curious to what this is on the front here. Oh, you know what I bet that is? I bet that's an infrared sensor to detect if you're sitting in front of it. I bet you that's what that is. Let's just see if I put my camera in infrared mode whether we can actually see it inside there. So the key to seeing through that little black window is to kill all the lights and put the infrared light on from the camera. So now I'm illuminating this with infrared light from the infrared emitter on the camera. Turn out some of the other visible lights and we can actually see right through that little window and see the reflection from the lights on the camera to see that there's a little IC in there. And what that is an infrared detector. So what that's going to do is that's going to respond to when you're sitting in front of it. That's going to be for the smart volume, so that when you put it in that active learning mode, as they call it, it knows how close you are so that it will adjust the volume of the speaker according to the background sound. So if you're in a noisy environment and you're further away, it will turn the volume up, and if you're in close, it will turn the volume down. And there's that little sensor right there that detects where you are. And there's probably a little emitter on here too. I'm sure if I power this up, we'll see light emitting from that. Let's do that. Let's power it up and see what this thing emits using the night vision. So of course I have to turn out all the other lights in here, otherwise it'll overpower the infrared light. So let's just shut off the light and we'll turn on this power and see whether this thing actually emits any light, if I can find the power button in the dark. Okay, so now this is on. I don't have the speaker hooked up so we won't hear any sound from it, but if I switch modes here, we might see something get emitted from this thing. There we go. Did that do anything? It's kind of like, there we go. There we go. That's the, you see that thing flashing there? That's to detect whether someone's sitting in front of it or not. It's an infrared emitter. There we go. It's on. There you go. So that's an infrared emitter. It detects whether someone's sitting right in front of it or not. And that's how they determine how loud to set the... I have the speaker disconnected, so we're not hearing it say anything. But if I were to sit right in front of this thing, it now knows that I'm there. And it turns it into that mode. And if I step away from it, it turns it off. With night shot mode off, obviously, you're not going to see anything. Oh, you see a little bit. Anyway, that's what that is. For the curious. So here's the amplifier board. There is a bass port on the back. That's why the bass is so deep. I was thinking these were vents, but they're actually not. These are just part of the bass. The bass port is on the back here. So when the woofer kicks back, it's got a diaphragm on the back, which gives you much deeper bass. That's why the bass on these little speakers sounds so good. It's got active bass port. The speakers on the front are, there's a small tweeter here, and then there's the woofer rated at 10 watts. So there'd be a fair bit of travel on this speaker when it's operating to give some fairly decent bass, which it does. Here's the circuitry inside here. You guys can see that. I'll throw some more light in there to make it a little more appealing and a little brighter. Get a couple circuit boards in here. I'm not going to take the boards out. I don't think they'll come out that easy anyway. Maybe they will. Maybe they will lift out. Oh yeah, they do. They lift out. So here's the 2 circuit boards, complete with all the switches on them. Battery connector down here. It's got a lithium-ion cell, a cylindrical type lithium-ion cell. But I'm not going to pull the boards apart. I don't want to damage it. This thing's worth a few bucks. And with power applied, I don't think it would be a good idea to start unplugging things other than maybe this front panel. These are amplifier modules down here for the outputs for the 2 speakers. Texas Instruments chip. This would be the Class D amplifier for sure. A Nuvoton chip, whoever that is. Our Bluetooth modules over here. A Bluetooth module. Don't see any electrolytic caps in here. They're all solid, like ceramic type caps that it has. So that's a good sign that we're not going to have to worry about electrolytic caps leaking, which is good because you know what they say, right? The reliability of any electronic device is inversely proportional to the number of electrolytic capacitors it contains. Therefore, fewer electrolytic caps is better. Anyway, this was just going to be a quick teardown. I've gone on, I think, probably longer than I intended to on this just because I wanted to see what was inside it. And I think we've accomplished that. So at this point, I'm going to throw it back together and keep my fingers crossed that it still performs and it still puts out sound. The fun part is going to be plugging the speaker in because the speaker plug is in the very back here. All right, so I'm going to throw this back together and we're going to end this one because this one's basically I've shown you everything that I think that I need to show you on this little speaker. I'll put a link in here. It looks to be pretty well constructed and it performs as advertised with the exception that it interfaces with Bixby on a Samsung phone, and well, Bixby is useless and that's why I don't use it. That fits in like this. It just snaps back in. There you go. The grill's back on. I'll put the base back on it. Good as new. Can't even tell it's ever been opened up. All right, that's it. Link is in the description. It's the BenQ treVolo U Bluetooth speaker. Sounds pretty good. And I like their speakers. I've been using the original BenQ treVolo with the 2 little fold-out electrostatic speakers. I've been using one of those for probably 3 or 4 years now. It's on my laptop. I love it. It's got great sound. I use that as my laptop speaker because it's stereo. This one's only mono, but still, it's a great sounding little speaker. Link in the description. Thanks for watching.